So this is Red Jupiter Gaming. Welcome. We are playing today Space Choice Data Analyzer. Not about Galactic Excel. This is a frenetic shipbuilding game where you got to try and outpace and outmatch the enemy. This is a free game that was offered on Steam by Silver Dollar Games, who also did the very good One Finger Death Punch, which we might get to one day. So, let's get into it. We've played 12 levels up to now, so this is level 13. So basically, you pick a ship, you pick a gun. That's it. Well, it's not actually, there's lots of subtleties involved here. So for example, I've just picked beam weapons, so we want to try and improve the amount of beams we get for the short term. The game will helpfully tell you if what you've picked is actually the best combination of weapons. And it's surprisingly difficult to talk while picking options. So decoy ships, I presume, will get shot at first instead of the mothership, which you've got to keep going. Once the mothership goes, that's it, game over. So point defense obviously will stop any of their slower weapons coming towards you. Ooh, I think we shall, thank you very much. Go for a mini fleet, 1/8 the size. Yes, that one. That's to put more guns on the mothership. The more guns the better, I always feel. More fighters in. Oh yes. So some of the options you get will potentially benefit the enemy more than you. I'm guessing that as soon as these ships hit the side there, they then just disappear off. Goodbye, lovely, thank you for involving us in your war. Right, fast picks, so you get... Probably didn't want that. Didn't want that. We'll have that. We'll have you. And we'll have some of those. So yeah, you'd never get the chance to get sad about your choices in this game, because the next one's rolling up right behind it. You can even have some helpful statistics about what's going on. Leave that up. Well, if you're going to insist. Yep. I missed that one. Oh well. Again, like I say, you don't get chance for regret in this game. But any stun. Don't know why I bother with a shield for the mushroom. I don't think it's been hit yet. Oh yes, I'll go for that. Try and catch out theirs. Oh, that's a big ship just jumped in. I must admit, I don't tend to, other than editing, I don't tend to watch my games. Ooh, Ray Starkiller, that's that one up there. I don't tend to watch my games other than editing. But I might watch this one just so I can see more of what's going on at the top of the screen. No, yes. That one, and that one. So legendaries, I suspect, do far more... Ooh, crikey, my allies are getting absolutely hammered. Let's get some big ships in. Ah, I missed the trick there. Although, to be fair, they're getting no benefit. Have to be a little bit careful, because you might see a benefit in yours but then you give them an even better. And it's like it's basically a slogging match now between them and me. More fast picks. But the fight is taking a bit of a hammering. Probably should go on for long range on that one. I'm just going to make the mothership bristling with guns at some point. Uh-oh. I seem to be losing an awful lot of allies at this point. Let's just throw some repairers at them. There we go. Sweet. So, you get to pick an upgrade. So we're now 11 extra guns on the mothership. Balanced out our upgrades. Let's boost up the bonus to the shields, and then you get to pick what type of fleet you want to face. Let's go for that one. Sounds interesting. I suspect you're going to want lots and lots of fighters. I'm not going to worry about punching through shields. That's just rude, bringing nukes to a fight. That's a legendary, thank you very much. For you. Yeah, go on then. Try and swarm them with good stuff. Well, I hope so anyway. No, put them on that one. Go for that. You. Some of those. And yes. So lads, you've been assigned to decoy. For what now? I'll be fine. There'll only be the entirety of the enemy's weapons pointed towards you. It'll be fine. I'm not sure I like this idea. Fine, don't you worry. I'm not sure if that makes much of a difference, but we'll go for it anyway. I must admit, I've now lost track of what most of my weapons are now. You should really, strictly speaking, stick with one and go for it. You can probably see where my thought process is going by watching the mouse. Look, stop jumping in, it's very rude of you. At least let me have the decency to wipe out the guys that just turned up. Thank you very much. Crikey, that's a lot of ships. We better start wiping them out if we can. Oh yes, thank you. That is an awful lot of ships. Yes. And in comes the Dreadnought. No. The least worst option on that one. Turning into a bit of a meat grinder out there. Thank you very much. Keep the ships we've got going, thank you. I know it ignored the shields I don't have, but does the best damage. Oh, definitely have that, thank you. Let's throw another big decoy. It looks like we've taken out the vast majority of their ships now. We're just, yes. Like those little intros as they jump in. What do you mean you dropped in 4 big ships? That's just rude. I better jump in a few ships of my own then. I think I've just given up on fight with them and just throwing big ships at it now. He says then picking a mini fleet. You. Okay. I suspect that the green bar, why you don't lose your choice, if you just sit there and gently ponder your next option, you're going to get overwhelmed by the enemy. So just bear with me for a second here, viewer. I'm just intrigued to see if these turn around or if they just disappear forever. So, do talk among yourselves. Let's also just take a moment to appreciate the very nice ship design in this game. So these smaller ships will turn back, as will the fighters. And it's bottom ship in the lead with top ship getting up close. And they're being caught up by the pack. The pack is racing towards them. They're all heading towards the finish line. Is it going to be bottom ship or top ship? Bottom ship or top ship? It's bottom ship by a nose. It looks like they just carry on and then disappear forever. Which might be a bit awkward if you've just built a massive wedge that then comes across the screen. And then just goes. And then some more ships jump in. Anyway. Let's pick... yeah, let's boost those shields up. And... let's go for... enemy has lots of fighters. For a bit of variety. So... let's get lots of ships in. Now see, that's just rude. Rude. Expected fighters, you turn up with a medium ships. That's the carrier, of course. Probably should have gone for the fast picks. Throw some more ace fighters in. Yeesh. No, that looks good. Okay, go for that. Least worst option. Epic shit. Epic guns. Got a few medium ships turning up, so let's... That's all terrible. Go for that one then. On the basis that it's the least one that's going to screw me over. Okay, so we're going to pick beams. No beams turn up. 5 ship steel, thank you. So you can't get too carried away and lean too far against. I know they're weak, but there's a lot of them. Okay, that wasn't helpful. You just saw a whole load of our allies disappear there. No, why not? That, I think, worked out quite well for me. We'll find out in the laundry. I confess I'm struggling to track what's going on up there. Let's do some of that, and you can then admire what's going on. It looks like I'm being overwhelmed by fighters, so I need to retaliate with anti-fighter weapons. Try and keep my fighters going as long as I can. That's just an absolute mess up there. And here comes another string. Yes. I think the enemy are getting hammered. Take a risk on that one. As much as I keep hammering on, more turn up, but then that's what you asked for. Keep upgrading those fighters. And maybe the decoy will take some of the pressure. I am well behind. That's a bit disconcerting. Or I'm picking weapons that Yeah, my damage per second is right down on theirs. Don't think this is looking good, team left hand side. No, begin to get hit now. That's never a good sign. Yeah. Nope. I think we just got worn down. So, well, let's try again. Hopefully we'll get some stun. Right, so we're picking beam. Beam or laser. Right, let's try and get ahead of them. I'm worrying about getting some nukes in there. No, not so good. Yeah, go on then. More guns. All the guns. Definitely want the bread tracking. I don't think I should get too carried away with the trying to heal everything. Just throw more and more at the enemy as you can. He says then choosing a shield recharging fleet. I should have gone for beam update. I just thought it caught my eye. Oh well. See if we can clear out some of those bigger ships. I'll go for it. Getting to the point now where they're so crowded to each other that we can start hitting them with nukes. Yeah, go on then. lobbing some bombs at the enemy. Flash and guns missiles. This feels like, he says, we're a little better off. They are being absolutely swarmed with their fighters. Let's swarm them back then. Oh crikey, that's not good. I think we're just being utterly overrun again. Try and keep some of our ships in the fight. Uh-oh, I think we lost 3 allies then. We're just being utterly swarmed again. Yeah, that's telling that we are being overrun. Yeah, there we go, start taking damage. Yeah, look at those numbers. I'm sure there's a very clever way to defeat this lot. But I get the feeling that the fighter swarm is the numbers they're throwing at me. Because it's very effective. Ah, throw tactical nukes at them. You may win, but we'll irradiate you. Yeah, that's it. I think we're out. There we go. So, it looks like, as far as I can tell, I've picked an unwinnable game. I'm sure there's some very clever people that can come up with the solution to this. But, so as not to bore you guys by me banging my head against the wall again and again and again. Oh, no. Apparently, the new game is not an option. You will not play the new game. Although I do cut them a hell of a lot of slack because this is free. This is as free as it gets. I am going to go for normal.
These enemies are using energy weapons, such as lasers and beams that are weak against shields. Pick ships with as many shields as possible. Some ships even have fast shield regeneration. Lasers and beams, amongst other energy weapons, must deplete a ship's shields before hitting a ship's health.
I mean, they've even gone to the time and effort to get a voice actress or the secretary or main lead developer or someone to actually do a nice voiceover for this. So as you can see, it gets the game easy.
Fleet is using fast fighters.
The game eases you in nice and gently.
Anti-fighter weapons are the most effective defense against fighters since fighters are fast and hard to hit.
It doesn't just kick you in the game and say, tough, you're going to learn it, here's a cliff, try and climb it. I suspect as well that at the start, as I was learning, I was just picking any old thing. I suspect it's probably a good idea if you pick a specific set of weapons you're going to use, like lasers or cannon or whatever, and then stick to it to build up good damage. And these ship tons are fantastic. Look at them as they beautifully blow up. Yeah, permanent increase of laser damage, permanent increase in beam damage. So let's stick with lasers and beams because they go pew pew. So, let's go for that one.
The enemy has a lot of bullet weapons that will ignore shields.
That's just rude.
Bullets are physical projectiles that ignore shields.
Okay, so let's go for lasers
Pick
and
ships with as much health as possible
missiles.
since most of your shields will be
Let's
bypassed
pick
by
those. So
physical
whenever we get a
projectiles.
bonus here, we'll go for lasers and missiles.
Bullets are exceptional at bogging
No,
down point
no.
defense since
Ooh,
most point
well.
defense can't keep up.
That worked out in my favour, didn't it?
The enemy fleet has very little shields. Since the enemy fleet has few shields, any weapon, including energy weapons, will be effective in this scenario.
There we go. Let's try and improve the lives of my fighters. Well, that's the least worst option. Let's get some repairing in, shall we? I don't think we've got any fires actually, that was completely pointless, but hey ho. Let's... yeah, come on then. Juggernauts. Oh, that's an awesome ship, look at that. You're a primitive fleshy race. I should have gone for fast picks. I suspect my ship is going to take an absolute hammering in a moment, and they're going to be falling over in a mo. Although thankfully their ship burnt before mine, so that's all good. Right, let's give the shields one more big boost. Let's go for... Right. Let's tempt fate and go for mini fighters. Because this is a lower level, I should get away with it.
Intel shows the enemy has medium-sized fighters. Medium-sized fighters are typically slower moving, but armored and hearty.
Yeah, hearties.
Anti-fighter weapons are effective against medium-sized fighters.
Yeah, got quite hefty for fighters, aren't they? Oh, let's try and boost our number of ships. Here we go. We're updating missiles. I'm not so keen how they're swarming around me. Will you stop that? Oh no, Admiral upgrade, thank you. So we're not going to try and make the mothership bristling with guns. That didn't seem... well, it made a bit of difference. Come on, stop knocking them out the sky. Ooh, nice. Okay. Start knocking them out the sky now, please. I probably should really stick with fighters or cruisers, but having a mix seems to be a good idea. Oh, the main ship's jumped in. See, we're getting back up to parity now for lasers, if nothing else. Oh yes, more lasers, all the lasers. It's all like sucky options. That hurt me, but it hurt them more, which is good. Nice. So, let's improve the regen. That sounds horrible. I'm going to ignore that one.
Intel shows the enemy fleet has long-range bullets.
That's just unsporting.
Bullets bypass shields since they are physical projectiles. They can also overwhelm point defense systems if you have enough shots. Pick ships with large health. Bullets are also fast-moving and can be effective against fighters.
For the defense of Earth. Even the crappy bits. We don't talk about in polite conversation. We'll try and spread some of the things such as better shield and better life to both the ships equally, or touch the ship equally if we can. Heal now or heal later? Your pick. It looks like we're going to start picking some things with very long. Because they're just going to hang back here and then maul me to pieces. Even if they're not necessarily laser cannons. This poor ship is taking absolute pounding. Oh yeah, get that one. Of course, for fighters it matters less because it's going to fly up to the enemy and shoot them. Yep, more laser. Haven't seen many upgrades for missiles yet, so keep an eye out if you see any of those. I only get a slight disadvantage on that one compared to all the others. That's a happy sight, lots of enemy ships going down. Oh, definitely had that one, thank you. So this is what you want, just for me to jump in and you've pretty much wiped out the rest of the fleet before they come in. Yes. Nice. So let's go for small mothership life. Let's take on many large ships. Just to get a gist of what they look like. Yes. So we're going to be relying on them probably in a moment to deal with damage. Wow, they're already getting... Oh, have a legendary pick, thank you very much. Yes. Try and protect our ships a bit. Thank you. Nukes. Rude. Ah, don't want that one, did I? Oh well. Not the end of the world, thankfully. Right, let's now swarm them down. Yes. They all pretty much suck. Let's go for you. He says they fly in and blast the enemy fleet to pieces. Ah, missed upgrade. I haven't seen one of those for a while. See, it was worth it. Those weak missiles, but slightly less weak. Let's go for another legendary. And in comes the mothership. All the guns. Actually, going to give me 2 missile upgrades in a row. I'll nicely accept those, thank you. So they rapidly repair their shields and they'll repair other people's shields as well. Win-win. I think I healed 1 ship in that. Throw some more ships in, more fighters in. Nice. Let's improve the regeneration ability. Right, let's see what they consider a balanced fleet is. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm coming in. I'm gonna hit you. Kabang. I'm not destroying 15 random fighters because that'll probably be my fighters as well. Careful with that one. Found that out the awkward way. Oh, I appear to destroy my entire fighter screen. That's unhelpful. A legendary ship, thank you. Especially if it's doing 700 damage a pop. Looks like there's lots of things flying around up there. Ah, bullet damage is the one I'm going to pick after all that. So they got a few fighters, but all gone then. Let's risk it for that biscuit. I wonder if the images on the left are the production team or friends and family of the guy designing this game. Or Patreon, stuff like that. I think it's you on the right as well, maybe. Plugging away those lasers. Go on then. There's lots of little ships flying around. I should go for rapid missiles. Meh. That's an impressive looking ship. Shame this isn't Homeworld, I'll be pirating it. We're throwing a lot of missiles around. I should probably really get some point defense if there's any coming up soon. Oops, sorry ally. No, go on then. Yeah, I'm regretting not getting that point defense. Come on, you're being obtuse now. Yeah, that shells. Does that affect? That does affect missiles. There we go. Phew. Oh, I think we shall. No point charging the shields because like most of its bullets. Oh, should have gone for missile, shouldn't I? Oh well. We still blew their mothership to little pieces, so that's all good. Go on then, let's do one more. And then we'll call it an episode. So, let's improve those shields. That's going to be tricky because we're mostly lasers. That we have managed. Let's go for that. No fighters whatsoever. I'm sorry you're a common ship in a common world, but you're probably gonna do me proud. So it looks like the vast majority of their ships are hanging back, quite happy to blast me from range. So we've got to bring the fight to them by using lots of fighters, or use weapons that have got a range of at least medium. That's a hex ship, that was even the boss. And no, it's 3 ships. Why not? Oh, should have gone for 4 fast picks. Oh well. Long one. Okay, well, just go for you then. I can consider it. And they're going to get a benefit, but I'm going to get more of a benefit. As you can see by the amount of explosions on their side, that was a good choice. Voice that ships there, not doing a huge amount. They seem to be locking up more lasers, and that's probably a bad decision. Coming. Sorry, dudes. I think I come to the conclusion that if I'm needing the mothership's guns to protect me, then it's all gone a bit peaked on. So, on that conclusion, thank you for watching, take care, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, I hope you have, and we'll see you soon, and goodbye.